Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I've had the last sort of week and a half, 2 weeks off. I had my bucks, I had the flu, so I sort of haven't been filming. But today we're back. We've got a threshold bike session and then we're going to answer a few questions. So I'll drop my beginner triathlon tips and how I got into triathlon. So let's get to it. So we've just got, I didn't have any of my normal like carb powder and stuff, so I've just got whatever this is. It's 50 grams of carbs and has electrolytes, so it's kind of nice just for one bottle for like anything under or just over an hour. So that'll be my fuel for today. Alright, here we go. So why did I move to triathlon? So originally I started out as a surf lifesaver. That was a sport I've done my entire life. I essentially just fell out of love with it. Like, if I'm going to go into deep with it, I loved it all the way, like full on loved it till COVID hit. And then pretty much COVID, I went back to New Zealand for 6 months. I played footy and made it through the entire season, pretty much got to the second to last game of the season and broke both my tib and fib on this left leg. And then, so that pretty much forced me to have almost 2 years out of the sport. I came back, I raced for a season, I was sort of loving it again, and then I tore my meniscus, and then, you know, that's another 8-9 months out of the sport. And then came back, raced for another half a year, re-tore my meniscus, and then had to have another sort of 8 months off. Came back again, then raced for another 1 to 2 months, got a stress fracture in this shin. And so basically, like, it's pretty hard to love a sport when you have raced sort of at a very competitive level, and then you had setback after setback after setback. You weren't hitting the places you wanted to hit, you weren't racing where you wanted to race. And in that last sort of season before I had the stress fracture, I probably had the best training I'd done in years, and then I had the worst results I've ever had in a surf season. And so pretty much you have that. I sort of kept doing the sport because I assumed that's what everyone like expected of me. That was like my personality, and doing surf lifesaving, sort of what I was known for. And I had lost the love for it and was just forcing myself to do it based on what I thought everyone else expected of me. And I've always had that thought in the back of my head that I wanted to do an Ironman. And I talked to my partner about it a fair few times over the last sort of 2 years of at the end of the sport, of like giving it a go. And we jumped on the fence, jumped off it, and we hung around there for a while. And then finally I got the stress fracture. I came back and I trained for after the stress fracture, I put on like 15, 20 kilos. I sort of just did nothing but go to the gym because I was like, I'm never getting injured again. I just want to put on as much muscle and have as much protection as I can. Lost all my cardiovascular fitness. Went and raced a few times and was super explosive and fast because I obviously had an extra 10, 15 kilos worth of muscle, but I had no fitness. And then I was like, this isn't me, and I just realized I don't love it anymore. And so I jumped across and started doing triathlon. I've been doing it now for probably 10 months. I lost all that extra muscle and I feel way healthier. I'm way happier because now I can train when I want to. I do it on my schedule. I'm not stuck doing 4 a.m. get-ups and training in the afternoon. And like with Lani, that works terribly, right? So I'd get up at 4 in the morning, I'd go to training, I'd go to like gym or I'd run after, and then I would work all day, and then I would have to do something when I get home. Or if I work say 6 till 3, I would then train till 5:30, then go to the gym, and it would be 7 o'clock, and I wouldn't see her from 4 till 7 every day. And that just like wasn't working. I wasn't happy. And so now I can train like on my own schedule. So, you know, if I work 6 till 3, we'll sleep in as much as we can together. We'll get up and we'll go for a walk with Nala, and I'll train at lunch on work, and then I'll train twice in the afternoon. But I can train at home, like on the trainer right here, or I can run from home. I'm not off at the beach. So it fits in with the way I sort of want to live my life now, and I did say that on TikTok when I introduced myself, was I've entered a different stage of my life, and that obviously revolves a lot more about being with family, being with Lani, but I also like want to train, and I want to work like as much as I can and train as much as I can, and the surf lifesaving wasn't doing that for me. It wasn't enabling me to achieve what I wanted out of life, and I wasn't loving it. So there's no point in chasing those sort of things if they aren't rewarding you with what you want. And now with this, like I've never really been happier, so like for probably the last 5 or 6 years in terms of sporting and work-life balance and all that. It's the happiest that I've ever been. So I think we keep chasing this train and see where it goes. So now anyway, we're doing our 10-minute warm-up. We've got 3 minutes left to go, and then we hit this session. It's sort of the first time in this pre-season that I've done any sort of threshold efforts, so we'll see how it goes. The new bike fit obviously fits way better. I'm getting way more power out of my pedals, so I'm excited to see how we go this session. Yo! Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, well, I'm getting there. We're actually in the middle of a big downhill. Look at us go. Cruising along at like 50 k's an hour apparently. So we're down at Fingal Beach. We're doing a little family beach day. Here's Nala being the little chaotic girl that she is, just wanting to come on the towel. I thought I'd run you through my 3 triathlon beginner tips. One would be not to stress about hours. You want to more worry about consistency. So if you're doing, let's just say 15 hours one week and then you blow up and you do 3 the next, like you don't want to do that. You'd rather sit at somewhere where you can be more consistent. So say that's 12 hours and you can do 6 weeks straight of 12 hours. That's what you want to do. My second tip would be learn your zones. It's good for cycling, it's good for running. It's just making sure that you don't work too hard and blow out pretty much. So if you know your zones, like you know your pacings, it'll really contribute to being consistent, which I believe consistency is the biggest key to success in the sport. And tip number 3 would be not to be worried about you're alright, that dog doesn't want to play with you. And my tip number 3 would be not to be worried about having a bad leg. Everyone comes into triathlon from different strengths, different backgrounds. For me, I could run and swim, but my bike was a lot worse than the others, and it's okay. Like lots of people it'll be the swim, or others it'll be the run, but just not to get overwhelmed by looking at what other people are doing and being stressed out about having a weak leg, because all it is time and it'll come right and you'll be fine. Just for a quick summary, that was consistency, learning your zones, and not to be stressed about a bad leg. Alright, now off you go. Alright, so we've just got back home. That's the end of the video. I hope you guys liked it. As always, like, comment, subscribe, hit that little bell at the top. Let me know if there's anything you want to see next time, or any questions or anything. I'll hit you guys out below. Let's go!